What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you had a great, marvelous, beautiful day. It's always a great day here on the mount. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. A beautiful day for a neighbor. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? Hi, neighbor. Welcome back to the channel, guys. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. We're going to check out Charlie Kirk's. And I need y'all to help me out, guys. I need y'all to go watch some of these videos. I'm like almost halfway to get monetized. You'd be helping out a veteran. You'd also be helping out I was homeless for, 24 years. This book right here. I can't point all the way over there. This book right here, The Voice of Jesus, that's my book. I wrote that. You can go get it on Amazon. I got a link somewhere. So I was flipping through, making some videos. I made a video. I'm working on putting it together right now. It's downloading. So once it's together, I'll put it out. I'm trying different things. I did some green screen stuff. I'm just playing with this YouTube thing, man. I'm just having so much fun. I don't know what to do. So anyway, we're going to check out Charlie Kirk's most viewed videos of 2024. He's a TikToker. I guess he's a YouTuber too now. I did not know that before, but we did subscribe to his channel. We will give him a like on this because he's already got 1.3 million views on it. So let's dive in. Charlie Kirk, light it up. Let's do it.
Hey everybody, we had a record year on TikTok, record year, over 1.8 billion views. What you are about to watch, it got us over.
Okay, I keep forgetting. It's got feedback if I don't put these on, so I apologize for that. Let me put these on real quick. Let me adjust this right here. Let's see. I'm going to go to this, to properties. We're going to go to, it's going to be headphones. This one right here. We're going to hit OK. All right, there we go. Okay, we're back in it.
1 billion views. This is the $1 billion contemplation video. This video that you're about to see,
Yo. He said 1 billion views. Okay, 1 billion views. That's a lot of views. Like, that's 3 times as many people. Can I just get 100,000 views of one video? I don't care what video it is. You choose. I just need 100,000 views of anything other than a short. I got some pretty crazy videos on here. Y'all can go check them out. I'm doing this. I'm doing it. I'm getting the hang of it. I'm practicing. Come on, guys. Charlie Kirk, 1
billion people saw. Who knows what it means for the election and for the civilization? 1 billion people saw these videos. Here we go. What's your name?
None of your business, unfortunately, but...
Okay, hello, nice to meet you, none of your business.
Thank you, I appreciate it. So, do you love America?
Yes, I do.
I hate America.
Okay, so right off the bat, I'm not going to stop it a lot. I'm going to try to get in between clips, but every once in a while, you just got to say something, because if you really hate this country... Hold on. Hey, Google. How many countries are in the world?
195. According to BBC
Okay,
Science Focus
so
magazine, there are 100.
there's 195 countries. So if you take us out, that's 194. You have 194 other countries to choose from. Feel free to just go. Just go. We ain't gonna be mad at you. We ain't gonna care. Like you got us twisted. You got us twisted. Twisted.
Every state in the USA should be an independent country. What do you think of this?
Well, I just first have to ask, since you hate the country, do you plan to leave?
What do you mean by that?
Do you plan to go live in another country?
No, I do not.
Let me tell you something.
Your face is an idiot.
America is the only country where even those who hate it refuse to leave. That's how you know you live in a great country.
Can you prove that?
You're proof. Like, you're
Well, thank you.
proof.
May I have a hat?
No. So let me ask you, none of your business.
Who do you plan to vote for?
I plan to vote for Kamala Harris.
That's a guy,
Why?
obviously.
I mean, you answered my question, so I'm done here. Like, there are people waiting.
Can you tell me her greatest accomplishment?
No, I can't.
Can you tell me a single accomplishment?
I cannot. I want to leave. Like.
yo. Okay, so that's the first one. Okay, that's the first one. And we got to say right off the bat, they have no arguments whatsoever. Okay, so I'm going to imagine that this whole 25-minute video is going to be nothing but insults because they have no arguments. Let's see.
Everybody, do me a favor. Please be respectful, okay?
Hello. So I have a few leading questions before my main one, because I have to be honest, I don't really know that much about you. So would you say that you're very religious?
I am religious. However, every one of my political positions is defensible from a non-religious perspective.
Okay, great. So I was under the impression that your beliefs on abortion were stemming from your religious beliefs.
Well, at the core, that is correct, but I can get that it is defensible from using reason and prudence, as I have done the last couple of
Cool. So you're not trying to illegalize abortion based on the Bible?
Well, no, not based on the Bible. My personal conviction comes from the Bible. I want to make abortion illegal because it is the only applicable extension of laws we already and standards we already have in the West. Correct.
I'm sorry, can you maybe rephrase that?
Eliminating abortion is the only logical step while we apply the standard we already have in this country to unborn life. So we have murder laws.
Yes.
Therefore, murder laws should apply to unborn life as it does to born life.
Okay. So, again, reiterating, you're not trying to instate laws based on Christian beliefs because that would be unconstitutional, right?
Well, not again, sort of, but no, I am not using scripture to defend my beliefs. However, my personal convictions start with scripture, but the political views that we're talking about here are all defensible using reason and Western tradition.
Okay. So, great. That's all I needed to know, that you weren't trying to instate laws based on Christian beliefs because I would not be able to support anything that was so blatantly unconstitutional. But thank you for clarifying that for me. I had a whole thing ready, but I guess that wasn't necessary. Thank you so much.
Well first of all, just tell me more about how you view politics, or what. Is that okay? Or if not, and feel free to walk away. I'm not
maybe
here.
not in this crowd.
That's okay. Thank you. What's your name?
My name is Archer.
Archer, thank you for coming up, and I hope you have a great day.
Thank you so much. Thank you for clarifying.
And let me just say one last thing. I could tell you probably have a negative impression of Christianity, maybe. I hope one day we can earn back your support to making Jesus Christ your Lord and Savior. I'm sorry if the church has failed you in that way, because I do have strong religious convictions and beliefs, and there is a God who made you and loves you, and he sent his son to die for you.
Her name is Mom.
Okay, well, thank you. I do appreciate the candor and the courage to come up here, but we will pray for you. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, so we're at number 2, and we still don't have no arguments. Now, well, I understand the not liking Christians, right? Because being that I used to be a Christian, now I'm a Christ, I understand what people see from the outside. Now, there's a very good chance that she was on the inside, and she could have been Catholic. There's another good chance that, well, it don't just stop at the Catholic Church, guys.
I can't get out.
Thank you, Archer. Are you voting for Kamala?
I am.
Okay, what is her greatest...
Hey, free speech? Free speech?
Yeah, they have the freedom of speech to boo you. That's right.
Do I have the freedom of speech? Okay, so if I boo them, then it's an impediment of freedom of...
No, but I just gave you an open mic for 15 minutes. Let's just tell me, what is Kamala Harris's greatest accomplishment?
See, that question, you can't, okay. The greatest accomplishment, that goes back to sort of establishing an extreme. I can't definitively say, oh, this is The greatest, though, absolute
Name an
greatest.
accomplishment of hers.
An accomplishment of her?
Just one.
She got in. She in when she was the Hey. Attorney General of California, she fought the insurance companies to decrease prices that they're not going to be price gouging. That's an accomplishment?
Wow. Okay. So that's worthy of your vote.
Hold on. Hey, so she has an accomplishment. Bro, come on, let's give it up for Kamala. She has an accomplishment.
You support price gouging? I'm curious.
Well, no, I'm just curious. What has she done as vice president that makes you be like, that's my gal?
What is the vice president's the vice president is just president of the Senate. They don't have much.
Oh, that's interesting. If it's just a ceremonial role, why do we even have a VP?
Well, that's not the point. I'm saying
She was tasked to control the border. How has she done?
the vice president doesn't control the border.
They
There's agencies.
get portfolio projects from the president. She was given the portfolio project of the border. How has she done?
Again, she doesn't make any individual. I don't think she makes a top-down decision about the border.
She made a decision to reverse 50 Trump executive orders. Do you think Kamala Harris has done an objectively good job managing our border?
No.
Okay. I appreciate the honesty.
Did he say that out of fear?
Thank you.
That's it? That's it?
I will be voting for Trump.
Oh, that's crazy. That kid, poor guy. I mean, you can literally tell the ones that have been coddled, misinformed, not shown how to think for themselves. Like, you can just see them. Poor guys. Poor people. It's not just the guys, right?
Good.
And can I explain why?
Please.
So, under the Trump administration, my family, we've been renters. So under the Trump administration, when the economy was good, my family, they'd been saving up for a house. They had a good savings. They were making well. And over the last 4 years, their savings have been wiped out. Inflation has killed them. They're back to renting. They don't know if they'll ever be able to retire. So even though as a Christian, I might not agree with how Trump has been in a couple marriages, sleeps with a lot of women, and gets into all this personal drama, just simply based off the economy, I believe I have to vote for Trump.
Well said. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You want a hat? Tell your friends. Love it.
So I tend to lean liberal on a lot of issues, and I'm kind of torn on the election.
I want to try to win you over as a liberal for Donald Trump. So you're going to give me a chance, okay?
I will, sir.
All right, okay. There are three things I want you to think about when voting for Trump. Number one, home ownership. I imagine you want to own a home sometime in your life, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, in order to own a home, you would have to make $125,000 a year right now just to be able to get the mortgage. When Trump was president, it was $75,000 a year. Because Kamala Harris and Joe Biden have spent $6 to $7 trillion of unnecessary federal spending, which have inflated asset prices. The border. Under Donald Trump, the southern border was the most secure it was in American history, with border crossings at an all-time low. Under Kamala Harris, 10 million people have come across the southern border into this country. We have no idea who they are. They're coming into our communities. As a liberal, I imagine you don't like war, right? Under Donald Trump, it was the first president in 40 years where we had no new wars. Think about who is endorsing Kamala Harris. Dick Cheney, Leon Panetta, Liz Cheney. These are the warmongers of 20 years ago that got us into these wars. And this is why we're seeing Bobby Kennedy, Elon Musk, Tulsi Gabbard, people that are card-carrying Democrats, vote for Trump, because what's happening at the Democrat Party is it's a party of censorship, it's a party of war, a party of open borders that is against actual traditional liberal values.
I agree.
So which way are you leaning?
Can I get a hat?
That's a good answer. Thanks, man. God bless. Thank you.
Yeah, that was pretty simple right there. Two people for Trump that were on the fence. I get it, my dude. Yeah, because, man. All right. Okay. Well, we got this.
Do you feel proud of yourself for debating college kids who are unprepared to speak in front of an audience like yourself? Do you think that's a little bit silly?
Are you a voter?
I am a voter. I'm
Oh,
a
so
registered
I
voter.
vote and you vote. So I'm talking to voters of this country that will determine the future of Western civilization. That's what I'm doing here today. Yeah? Wait, hold on. How is it any different than a professor talking to you?
Then a professor talking to you? Who are you?
Well, important enough for you to come up to a microphone.
Actually, when I first saw this ad, I thought it was like an improv comedy thing. It looked so ridiculous that I didn't even think it was real.
Well, no, you can see. Look how popular Trump is on your campus. How does that make you feel? That's not comedy. That is a 5-alarm fire for Kamala Harris because she's probably going to lose Pennsylvania. But no, I just want to be clear. Is there something wrong with talking to voters?
No, there's nothing wrong with talking.
Well, that's
to
what we're
voters.
doing here today. It's an open mic.
I think that you push a dangerous agenda.
Such as?
The way that you edit content and specifically frame it so that people look bad talking to you. The way that you edit your content.
We post unedited content.
How do you believe that it's okay to kill an animal when it's not okay to kill a child? You defend a child more. Some children die. Some children never make it out of the womb.
Well, because human. Hold on, bro. Hold on. How is that even comparable? How is that even comparable? Can you come? Now I get everything has a soul. Everything is a part of God. But you're comparing a human to an animal. Like we're here to care. Like, no, that's not like those. Yeah, come on, bro. You can't say that.
Your content.
We post unedited content.
How do you believe that it's okay to kill an animal when it's not okay to kill a child? You defend a child more. Some children die. Some children never make it out of the womb.
Well, because human beings are.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna stop pausing it. I promise you. But I drive my own Uber for my own Uber company up here in Winter Park, right? David's Uber in Winter Park. You can find us at davidsrideshare.com. If you're up in Winter Park, Colorado, you need to ride around, give me a holler. So I had a ride the other day, and they wanted to go to Vail from Winter Park. So we're driving on. We get somewhere about probably halfway, and I asked him what he did for a living. He told me he was a lawyer, and then we got into law school. And then we started talking about him going to law school because I told him I was interested in the law. And I mean, I kind of am, right? Because it's the law. Like, if you don't know the law, then you break it. You don't know you broke it. Sometimes that's not a argument, but it's good to know the law. And he told me about, he advises against going to law school. He says, you don't learn anything in law school. The whole thing is to teach you how to argue. To teach you how to argue. So these people that are coming up here, that are talking to Charlie, my dude right here, poor guy, he's probably new in law school, and he had the professor that said, hey, you're not here to learn, you're not here to learn law, you're here to learn how to argue. That's what the guy told me his professor said. And they give you questions. I'm going off of what he told me. They give you questions in class, and they say you can either be for it or against it, and you have to give me an argument, and that's it. So he told me after you get out of law school, then you have to sign up for a class that teaches you the kind of questions that are going to be on the law, on the bar exam, and then they give you books you have to go read. Yeah, so it's not. These are all, in my opinion, these are all people who are learning how to argue. That's just all I see it.
Human, A is A, and human beings are worthy of protection, and animals are not humans.
What about milk? But animals are raped all the time. Cows are raped to produce milk. Yeah, to produce milk, a cow has to be impregnated.
You think that cows are being raped? I got to be honest.
Yes.
I've been doing this for 12 years. I've never heard that before.
Yes, but they are raped because they're not referred to as being raped. They're said to be forcibly inseminated. How come that's okay, but raping a small child is not.
I would not.
Yeah.
Welcome to Bull.
I don't.
Black men are more likely to be in prison
Oh, yeah, so why do people go to prison?
because they're in poverty and they have no other way to get.
Okay, so they commit crimes.
Why do they
So wait, if you're
commit
so
crimes?
in poverty, we should give excuses for committing crimes?
Yes.
So like gangbanging is like a crime of necessity? They're so
I'm-
hungry they can't handle it.
I'm talking about like crime that has to do with like getting food, getting stuff that you need to live.
Right, but we have food stamps for anyone that needs it, so that doesn't exist. We have subsidized housing for anyone that needs it, so that doesn't exist. We have free health care for any poor person that wants it, called Medicaid, that doesn't exist. We also have welfare, cash, for anyone that wants it, so that doesn't exist. So what is it they're missing?
So it's not like you
but
just get
it's not
a house.
It's not a stuff thing, though, right? It's like you will not go hungry in this country. You
I
will
think-
not starve in this country.
Yes, you will. There's
No, we have an
you've been on
obesity
State
problem.
Street.
We have an obesity problem, not a starvation problem in this country.
What are you talking
In
about?
State Street, if any one of those people went to the local Episcopalian church or Methodist church, they will get fed. I guarantee it. If they go to a local food shelter, they will get
Okay,
fed.
but I'm talking. Okay, housing.
For housing. If we have Section 8 subsidized housing in this country, right? If you want to have a roof over your head, you can have a roof over your head. What's her greatest accomplishment as vice president?
Being
the first female-
Hold up, bro. Stop. See, there again, we got another no argument, right? They got no arguments. He also told me that there are a lot of bad lawyers. And as you can see from such people as her, I'm going to bet she's in law school. Anybody want to place a bet she's in law school? Terrible.
You can have a roof over your head. What's her greatest accomplishment as vice president?
Being the first female all-black president. We've never had that.
No. Like I got that, but like, what's her accomplishment that made people's lives better?
I don't know. Vice presidents don't really do much, to be honest.
Can you name one thing she's done that's good?
No, probably not. That is an amazing
As of the timing of this filming, can you name to me how many times she sat down for an interview?
I
Which
think
don't know
that
when
is
this
a very weird point to make.
Well,
why would I
why-
count how many times Kamala Harris
Is
has
it
had
zero?
an interview?
Because she refuses to take questions from the press and media? Like, shouldn't you do that if you're the sitting vice president?
Trump had a recession, right, during his presidency. I mean, he let it happen, right? He handled COVID bad enough that there was a recession as a result
So
of it.
which criticism of Trump are you saying? That he didn't lock down the country enough, or that he locked down the country too much?
I don't think he did nearly enough during
Got
the
it.
beginning of COVID. He could have done a significantly better job
How?
at warning people for what was going to happen.
Wait, what?
If you look at what Trump said in March and February.
Be specific.
Be specific? Okay, so Trump in.
Be more specific.
I'm out.
Slavery begins.
Law school. All of these kids are in law school. Every one of them. You can see it, man. Their arguments are horrible, and they're trying to come up with something on the spot.
In the early 1800s.
Earlier.
No.
Slavery?
1816 is the beginning of slavery.
1619.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would be. Okay.
Why are you voting for Trump?
Because abortion is murder.
Well, that's exactly right. I love that. But you know, Kamala could be the first female president.
Voting. It's my first year voting too. I just turned 18.
I love that.
Yes.
But what do you have to say for all of the other women that are just voting for Kamala because she's a woman?
I mean, that's not the most important thing. It's
Not-
the policies that matter.
So you voting for Trump?
Of course I am.
Kamala could be the first woman president.
I do not care.
She doesn't care.
Her policies are just not. I don't like them at all.
You voting for Trump?
Oh yeah.
Why are you voting for Trump?
Because why should we vote for a woman just because she's a woman?
That's so smart.
Yeah.
Trump 2024.
What is a woman?
What is a woman? Dems can't even tell you what a woman is.
Exactly.
They want you to vote for a woman, they can't tell you what a woman is.
Are you okay with deporting every illegal person that's...
Man, I tell you what, hey, conservatives are, I tell you what, they're the best. Conservatives are the best. I don't even care what you think you know, you don't really. Conservatives are the best. All right, we're at 24. Let's go to 22.
Are you okay with deporting every illegal person that's here?
No.
Why?
There's a lot of illegal immigrants here that are working their butts off for the life that
No,
they want.
I don't care if they're working hard. The point is, what should the punishment be for breaking into a country?
Depends on the crime you commit after
No, no.
you break into it.
So to play that out, if someone comes into your dorm room uninvited and they do the dishes and laundry, they can stay?
If I'm not gonna do my own dishes, heck yeah. They're doing my dishes for me? Cool. If they don't kill me, I'm not dead. It is what it is, man. What the fuck?
I'm guessing you're voting for Kamala Harris.
Yes, my queen.
Yeah, okay. What's her greatest accomplishment?
Well, as vice president, I'm not sure. I guess I have nothing. I'm stumped.
What is the best thing she's ever done?
I think some of the stuff she did as district attorney in San Francisco is pretty impressive.
Such as?
So like the
releasing violent offenders that ended up killing people and raping women.
No, I don't support that.
Oh yeah, okay. No, but I mean, what has she done as vice president that makes you be like, she's my queen?
Right now, because she's not Trump.
Oh, not Trump. No, but please tell me, why should people vote for Kamala? Give me a reason.
Oh, I don't have a reason. I'm sorry.
If the only way to ban abortion...
Killing them. Bro, Charlie. Hold up, man. Slow down.
Forever would be to bring back slavery. Would you do it?
No.
No?
No. I wouldn't bring back slavery to try to limit murder. No.
Okay.
What kind of outrageous question is that, by the way?
I'm just curious. Just yes or no.
If the only way to limit human suffering is to ban abortion, would you ban abortion?
Say that again. Ask that again.
If the only way to limit human suffering is to ban abortion, would you ban abortion?
No.
It was an honest answer.
Okay.
It was an honest answer.
Yeah.
Okay. I could tell you've thought deeply about this topic.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you. Great. Yep. Next question. So you're voting for Kamala Harris?
Absolutely.
What is Kamala Harris's? What is her greatest accomplishment?
She's a normal person with normal ideas, but she's done all kinds. She's done great things.
Can you name one accomplishment?
Name one thing. All the legislation, the CHIPS Act, the infrastructure bill.
She's locked people up.
Yeah. So her greatest accomplishment is what exactly?
Get off the mic! She's had some good accomplishments. They passed some great legislation. Trump was in office for the first 2 years, full control. He made fun of infrastructure. Roads and bridges were crumbling. He was making fun of infrastructure.
If Kamala was such a great president and she's going to do all these things,
good legislation.
Why? Again, so if she was going to fix the economy, fix the border, why hasn't she done it already?
Well, the economy's doing great. We had a soft. Oh, it is. Oh, come on. Record stock market. Give me a break. Record stock market. Record job growth. Record jobs. Manufacturing up. Wages up. Someone is lying to you. They are lying to you.
How many of you guys can afford a home right now? Nobody. How many of you guys can afford groceries?
Oh, that was happening before her. That's been like that for decades. Nobody seems to care about that, huh?
Here's your hat. Since you're a medic, when does brainwaves begin for a baby?
Within the first 4 weeks.
Yeah, okay. So brainwave, how about heartbeat?
6 weeks.
Right. So how is that not a life if it has a heartbeat and brainwaves?
When you have this child inside you, right? The baby is supposed to
Oh, it's called a baby now. Oh, not a fetus. So wait, if it's a baby, that means it's murder.
So if you care about children...
Oh, now it's a baby. We got him, everybody. You see, this is the key of the abortion argument. It's a fetus. It's a clump of cells. But every so often, they'll use the word baby. And you and I both know babies deserve constitutional protection.
Then where
against
is the help
murder.
for them once they're born?
The help? I'll tell you the help. We give them Medicaid. We give them charitable assistance. By the way, we know we have 2 million people on the adoption waiting list. 2 times as many people on the adoption waiting list than abortions every single year.
How many people do you know actually adopted a child?
A lot, actually. How many of you guys were adopted? A lot of people. Look at all these miracles of adoption around you. Praise God that your mom didn't have an abortion. Praise God your mom didn't have an abortion. Praise God your mom didn't have an abortion. These are all miracles that I'm glad that your mom had the courage to put you up for adoption and have somebody else raise you so that you could be here today and enjoy life. We are the crusaders of life. The Democrats are the cult of death.
Why do you, as like a professional pundit, think it's fair to come to college?
Man. What are you talking about? This guy is already crazy. I mean, what do these people think? What do y'all think they think? Like, what's going through their minds? Can anybody answer that? Does anybody know what's going through their minds? Like, wow. Do people know that Donald Trump was honored by Rosa Parks, Martin Luther King? Like, oh my God.
Of life. The Democrats are the cult of death.
Why do you, as like a professional pundit, think it's fair to come to college campuses and debate like college freshmen? Like, doesn't that seem like kind of unfair to you?
He's not debating.
Well, hold on. I mean, let's stop talking down to college kids. I'm talking to voters, right? This audience will determine the future of America. And as you could see with my first dialogue, I'm not here to be adversarial. We disagreed. I let him have his points in. And as far as the fair standpoint, I have no notes. You can go bring a professor. Why don't you go bring a professor and bring him up to the mic?
Okay.
Why don't you go find 5 professors that have PhDs? I didn't go to college. That's a fair fight, right? By the way, you guys are in college. I graduated high school. I'm not sure what your point is here. This is a free speech event. You could bring whoever you want. And also, you don't have to come up to the mic. But last thing I'll say is this, don't think so low of college kids. You might, I don't. This audience will determine the future of Western civilization. And this audience might be drafted into a world war. This audience is being used as pawns by people like John Tester and Kamala Harris to put their radical agenda. It's time that we start talking to the next generation, not talking down to the next generation. And that's what we're doing. You got to give me a good reason.
Oh my goodness. Hold on. So that right there made me think of this right here. I got to find it. I'm going to find it. I'm going to play it. And we're going to go to the next one. But I got to look it up real quick. So, like, who sang it? Let me think. How can I do this? I gotta hit that real quick. Then I gotta hit this real quick. Shoo, made it. Alright, I can hit this. Alright, so hold on. Just chill out. Just chill out. Don't go anywhere. I gotta mute that so I can find it. Right there. Oh, it's the first words too. That's even great. That's even better. Okay, so, alright, here we go. I gotta swap this over. Let's go to YouTube screen 2. I forgot about that. Windows 10. Alright, let's make this big. And it's I'm only gonna play a little bit of it, so hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. Here we go. Right there. Oh, it's the first words too. That's even great. That's even better. Okay, so, alright, here we go. I gotta swap this over. Let's go to YouTube screen 2. I forgot about that. Windows 10. Alright, let's make this big. And I'm only gonna play a little bit of it, so hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. Here we go. See what I mean? See what I mean? I told y'all that was exactly what we needed to hear. That exactly goes with that last clip. I believe that children are the future.
at least 2, why you don't like Trump.
He's racist. Yup, boo me. Thank you guys.
Okay, so let me ask you a dumb question. Can you define what does it mean to be racist?
Do you want me to look up a definition?
No, I want you to. You said he's a racist, so you must have a definition of racism in your mind. Tell me what that definition is.
Okay, so, I'm gonna make you guys wait on this. Ooh, zero knowledge.
Guys, please don't heckle. I want to try to understand because these words have a lot of meaning.
Yeah.
But you can't get. I know it's hard on the spot. I just want you to think about it because if you say Trump is a racist, you should be able to easily give a definition of what that word means.
Right. So it's hatred towards another race, right?
So when has he ever exhibited that? Give me clear and specific examples.
You got one? Well, yeah, I heard someone say he told. Yes!
Okay, but let me just help you out here.
Uh-huh.
What you think he's a racist because the media has told you he's a racist. Because you can't give me an example off the top of your head, and even when you phone a friend to the audience. I'm not criticizing you. Maybe the media is lying to you. Maybe the man who's being called a racist is actually someone that's trying to improve lives of all Americans.
I think this is fun, guys. So,
right now, I am thinking of.
So right there, he made her feel as stupid as she looked, and then instantly she says, "Yeah, this is fun."
Thinking of voting for Harris, but I am open to be proven otherwise. And because of that, my question for you is, what qualifications do you think Trump has that would make him fit to be president?
Well, he's been president before, so that's a good qualification. And he was a great president. Of all the issues, which are the ones that are rank highest on your priority? Economy, jobs, housing?
I mean, the real question was more about like abortion, but I don't want to ask about that because that's been asked so many different times.
And that's okay. I do want to say, I think President Trump actually might be better on that issue than you realize. And I just want to make sure you understand. President Trump believes Nevada's law should dictate and determine.
That's really interesting.
Yeah, did you know that going in?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, and that's important. So understand, Charlie Kirk's opinions on abortion are not Donald Trump's opinion on abortion. I
understand that,
okay?
yeah.
So Donald Trump believes every state should be able to determine its abortion laws. If this state gets its way, which it probably will, you'll have no problem with abortions in this state. I don't like that. However, that is Donald Trump's position. So I just want to make sure you know that going into the voting booth.
Yeah, okay.
How many unarmed black people?
And that's terrible. I mean, first of all, abortion is murder. I mean, if you do the crime, you should do the time. Like, that's kind of the saying. So if you can have SE, then you should be able to deal with the consequences of said such a thing. If you respect your body more than that, and you don't just give yourself away, you don't have that problem.
So I just want to make sure you know that going into the voting booth.
Yeah, okay.
How many unarmed black people, on average, are by police a year?
Well, I'd have to look up that statistic.
Guess.
Probably over 50%.
Yeah, it's 15 people a year. 15. And that's not my number. That's the Washington Post that came up with it and did a national crime survey. And they even were generous, and they said unarmed, meaning you had a nearby or you had a knife that you dropped. So you're talking about police for an incident that happens 15 times a year in a country of 350 million people.
Well, how come, my question to you then, how come you see it so often on
you don't,
social
because
media?
that's a good question, Andrew, because you're being propagandized. You're being brainwashed is the name of this tour. And I'm here to tell you that you see it, so you actually don't see it as often as you think. This is emotional targeted videoing to have you think that something exists when it doesn't. We look at the data like, oh, it's 15 times a year, 15 times a year, and it's even lower than that. But do you know what does happen a lot every single year? Is that there's over 100,000 doses every single year. We don't talk about that. We don't.
Should.
You know, we should. I totally agree, right? But yet we have this whole thing about police brutality, and no one can ever give me examples of where there's too many police, and that's okay. I'm not just picking on you. Just in general, it's easy to get caught up in the abstractions. It's easy to get caught up in the parade and in all the bedlam. But when you dive into it, you realize that it's all brainwashing and it's propaganda.
Boom, it's propaganda. It's propaganda, guys. Like, that's just like...
That's it. That's...
I believe that children are the future. This one right here, this lady right here, I think she was the funniest. So we're gonna see, how do you do it? You're gonna go like, oh, you gotta get right here and right here. So go like this, go. It's crazy. Oh, y'all just watched me take the, whatever you call it for, you know, clickbait, whatever it's called. Hey, I want to see you in the next one. Thanks for being here. Peace. We are live and uncut, my dudes. We just do us. You know what I'm saying?